V Rising is a beautiful, beautiful survival game. I love it. If you came to this video expecting me to be balanced in my takes and be, balanced on both sides, give you some pros and cons, hell no, I'm just joking. I will give you some pros and cons. So far, I actually just went into Act 2. The footage you're seeing right now is old, but I wanted to record the fight with Quincy because I thought his little chaos effect was pretty cool. Little did I get into Act 2 and have to go in the cotton fields and pick like my ants. I'm just joking, but you know what I mean? When I had to go get some cotton and I ran into the next V-Bloods, Tristan was okay. Fighting him was fun. I have all that footage and I'm going to throw it together. But when I ran into like the first Suncaster, who was like a healer priest, and then the Frost guy, oh no, you guys, V Rising is literally one of the coolest survival games. And I think anyone who likes survival games, and not just survival games, but combat-oriented, I guess I could say, like, the way I would put it in my own words is more combat-focused survival games, rather than less on the survival. Because the survival in the game is actually, what I would say, I don't know if it makes me a veteran or whatever, that it comes pretty natural to me. It feels like easy in a way, like the survival aspect of it. No. It's the survival. So sorry, let me get that out. Surviving is actually crazier when you get up to the higher tier areas. Oh, the sun roasts your ass. But let me just get into the real meat and potatoes on why I think you should really pick up V Rising and try it. And also, I want to give a shout out to the devs because I swear maybe one of you watched my video. And maybe not. I'm not that important, but one of you had to see my video where I talked about the shape of the vampire's shoulders on the male vampire was so odd. When 1.0 came out, I was so happy like the anatomy was fixed. By the way, one of your guys' statues still have the anatomy of the old vampires, but I think it's cool because it's almost like a relic inside the game, a little thing that you could see how the old vampire male model was. But thank goodness you guys did that. It was just so uncanny, and then the female vampire looked so good, and I was like, I can't play a male. But as soon as I launched 1.0, I can definitely make a male. But mostly when I'm playing third-person games anyways, and I'm going to see my character, I like playing a woman. Badass, powerful woman, you know what I'm saying? But to tell you guys why I enjoy V Rising so much and why I think you should pick it up, let's just go off and start talking about it. This game's progression is, I think, one of the best I've seen in survival games. I sink in so many hours and don't realize. And don't get me wrong, I know everyone has their probably like golden, like their I was gonna call it their golden goose, but their little game that's really special in their heart. And I would say there's probably a survival game before V Rising, but I think V Rising is one of those survival games that literally gets everything right while being really cool with their like vampire stylistic thing that they're going for. And the progression feels really well. Like you don't feel like you're grinding that long. It feels like it only took me like legit 2 days with free time during my schedule to get to up to Act 2. And really, if you, I guess, depending on how you play, depending on how you explore, depending on how you build, how much time you take, progression is really going to be different for everyone. But essentially what I'm saying is when you really go to getting the higher tier gear and everything, it rolls pretty smoothly. Like, I'm not going to lie. Maybe I played it in a way where I just like, I came back to the game better because I played when it was going into full release. But I don't know. It felt like I got to Act 2 way faster. And all of the little UI changes and the quality of life changes, they nailed, bro. They really nailed. Now, there is some wonky things with building like stairs and some things not snapping properly. I would say that is a con where where they can change that. In the code, I don't know how complicated it would be, is changing the grid you snap to. Maybe making it like a 0.5 or like like a 1, not like a 1. I don't know the distance between the snaps. I'm not that technical with the game, but sort of how like Valheim has a system where you basically can snap to any little point on the models of what you're building with, like on the corners and stuff. So maybe if they could adjust it just slightly so you can line up things a little bit more symmetrical, I guess that's how I'd put it. And aside from that, combat, so satisfying. The game does pose a challenge, especially if you play solo. And I learned so fast going into Act 2 how much it ramps up. Dude, the difficulty spike after Quincy was wild. Like, I fought Tristan for the first time. All of these bosses I fought for the first time, I don't think any of them, did Tristan kill me? I gotta go back and look at my footage, but I took them on for the first time ever. I didn't get to Tristan when I played before the game was in 1.0. I just kind of messed around with building, took it slow, chill. But in this, I got straight to grinding, built a super sick castle right now. And I got up to Act 2 really quickly. And dude, when I went to fight them for the first time, I could feel how I was gonna have to use potions, pair my skills together, play it more like Dark Souls, play smart, really use all the weapons. Like, just, man, that was an insane thing to feel. I was like, woo, like, I'm so glad it provided that challenge, because at first I was thinking, oh damn, normal might be too easy, because I seen somebody else actually said in a video that normal was too easy for them. And I'm like, there's people out here play, like, I've seen the trailers and what's coming. I'm like, there's no way, like, they're like, what? With how the healing and everything works, they're just like, normal's easy. So, you know, I was like, oh damn, maybe I'm playing too easy because I like a challenge. Nah, when I got to Act 2 and kind of first came across Tristan, but Tristan does not compare to the other two you end up fighting in the what is it? The Dun Farms, the farmlands. Which, another thing I want to say about that, I love that they have Tristan roaming around the Fairbane Woods, because it's showing you like how to progress with, you know, you have free reign to choose sort of after Act 1, the world opens up. But Tristan is the first like high level V-Blood you really come in contact with, because he's in the 40s. And then when you beat him and you go into the farmlands and you see the other V-Bloods, like the ice one and the girl that casts with sunlight, holy, like, no, that is a different level. Like, why are all the V-Bloods roaming in the farmlands, bro? And the sun, oh my goodness, dude. I ran into the archer girl that has the light. It's insane. But this is really just some video of me freaking saying I love the game. And I love the art style. I love the top-down isometric League of Legends feel. And I seen their game before this one. It's like Battle Right or something like that. And man, they did, like, the combat feels so good, feels so smooth. The effects look really nice. To me, it could be on my rig, of course, that I have my gaming computer, because she's getting a little bit old. But I have some performance issues here and there, but the game is really well optimized, like, at least in my opinion, with how old my computer is getting. And yeah, and it's just overall a great game. Other cons, I would say, I still do want to travel faster, but that may change as I get up in level. But that could also be intended to add to the risk of survival. When you get shot off a horse, when you get a horse, that dazed effect, nah, bro, that needs to go. Like, getting knocked off your mount is already, like, already enough. But then getting the dazed effect, nah, I don't know. They should switch that up. But I think the wolf, I think you should move faster in your castle for sure. And it should be more early accessible to get to all your loot containers. Maybe like a group loot system when you're near containers. But that, you know, dedicated storage rooms running back and forth, you know, you're in a massive castle during, like, you know, depending on the scale that you scaled it, but you're made to feel like you're in this massive, like, Gothic cathedral when you start building. And sometimes when we build our loot rooms and workshops, they require a lot of space, so you're running to and fro. And I honestly don't want to be in the wolf thing for too long. But I would only say that's my main con so far. The wolf transformation. I don't want to be in that too long and then have to run throughout the base in that, or ride the horse in the house. Yeah, ride the house into the horse, but ride the horse into the house and go back and forth. It's just, and I know that there's teleporters and everything that comes later, but again, it's like, I think there should be a little bit better. I watched somebody's video, I think it was Madman, who he said when you place carpet, you get like a 15% movement bonus. Nah, you need to move slightly faster in your castle, definitely. And then when traveling, there's such cool spots where people pick to build their base. And I love, first of all, more games need to do this. That castle relocation system, I don't know how good it works, but I've seen it in other people's videos. That is so solid. Like, they're doing what survival game people ask in different survival games. Like, it's like literally quality of life. And this little castle relocation thing transfers your whole base. But another thing with that is bases in the traversal. I don't know if I'm gonna get faster, so I'm just speaking from where I'm at right now, but it does feel like a slog sometimes running with materials that can't be teleported to use the teleporters, which is okay. I like traveling and seeing the whole map they created, so not a complaint from me. But I think either the wolf form needs to be buffed, because you're a vampire wolf, like move a little bit faster, or just like, because it feels like the traveling sometimes is just a slog, a real slog. But in any case, getting away from enemies and everything has been simple for me. Like, if I'm ever running from anything, you are normally faster, but you can get caught up. But that again adds to the fun survival, like danger aspect of the game and the difficulty. So it's all good, but I think my biggest con is movement. Movement feels so slow at times. And not necessarily combat. Combat's fast and gets snappy, and you got to dodge and manage your skills and stuff like that. I love it. But when it comes to moving around the map, I just wish we could move a little bit faster. Maybe put the people, until we end up getting the thing, like we put the people that we charm on the back of the horse. Because I've been just picking up followers now, or servants and prisoners, and I think you should be able to put them on the horse. Or because sometimes they get stuck behind objects. But when you run away, I haven't tested this yet. I don't know if you run a certain distance and they'll get disconnected. And I've kind of been scared to do that. And I've run into groups of enemies doing that, like stopping and waiting for the charmed victim to run up. But this game is beautiful. It really is. I think like it is really worth your money. Like, it's a game that's worth your money, and you won't regret it if you like a little bit of a grind and survival game, and like just really rewarding. Though it feels really rewarding. You feel it when you're getting stronger. You feel it when your castle's growing. You're feeling it when you get resources and your resources start to just stack up. It's such a game, man. It's such a good game. There's a lot of passion in it. I could tell. I love it. And the fact that they fixed the shoulders on the vampires just shows that too. They are listening, bro. These devs know what they're doing. I really love the game. And yeah, man. I think, did my footage loop? Hang on. Yeah, so I'm just going to loop the footage again at the beginning. But don't worry, I'm going to post more V-Rising videos. But thank you guys for watching. I made this video to just appreciate the game again. I think it's a really great game. I'm sinking hours into it, and I know I got other stuff to do, and it's like, it's so addicting, man. Just getting stronger and stronger. You feel it in fighting and looking at the lore, and oh man, I didn't even talk about the lore. It's just, I love how each little character's got a little blurb about them and stuff. It's just, in the art style, I talked about that, but it's just good. It's a good game. It's a good game. It really is. I'll see how endgame is. I think I'm like mid game now. I think. Yeah, I think I'm like mid, like now moving out of early to mid. I would say they're like early mid is when you get to Quincy. And now I think I'm moving up mid. Like, I'm mid game. But anyways, love y'all. Much love, Moonlight. Be authentic.